how an investor buys a stock precisely. How an investor buys a stock precisely. We are on a monthly chart of North Star Asset Management Group Incorporation. The EPIC is NSAM, November Sierra Alpha Mike. And we want to discuss how an investor buys a stock precisely. Okay, so first thing first, who is an investor? Okay, an investor, generally speaking, is a long-term market participant. Okay, a day trader is a short-term market participant. A swing trader is a medium-term market participant. So a swing trader and a position trader is a medium-term market participant. Okay, so an investor is somebody who wants to buy a stock and hold for few years, 3 years or 5 years or so. So this is a typical investor. So now, how an investor buys a stock precisely. In other words, how an investor can identify the best time to buy and hold a stock or a financial instrument. This is an essential question that we're going to answer in this tutorial. All right. Suppose you are an investor that is investing in a stock market, so you are looking for opportunities to buy stocks and hold them for few years. How can you buy stocks precisely? All right. First thing first, all right, I need to clarify this with traders. For an investor, the first thing that an investor should look at is the market sentiment, okay? So if the market sentiment, all right, is changing from bearish to bullish, this is the best time for an investor to buy and hold a stock. I need to repeat this again. If the market, all right, the market sentiment is changing from a bearish sentiment into bullish sentiment, this is the best time for an investor to buy and hold stocks, all right? So the first thing that the investor is paying attention to is the market. And the market is the S&P 500. So whenever the S&P 500 is turning from bearish to bullish, this is the best time for an investor to start looking at stock that are oversold, stock with strong fundamentals that are oversold, that he or she can buy and hold for few years. All right. So if you look at this stock here, you can see that this stock start going down. All right. Going to put a vertical line here. You see that this stock began a bearish trend from April 2015 up to February 2016. How do we know? Because the price was displaying lower lows and lower high, and the price was in a declining channel. So this stock was bearish in 2015 from April 2015 to February 2016. All right. Now, I need to clarify something to traders also, that investors generally do not buy and hold stock in January. smart investors usually buy and hold stock in February. So it's not by mistake that the stock was going down from April 2015, and from February 2016 you can see that the stock is out of the bearish channel. I want to show you also the S&P 500, okay, SPS, which is representing the market. So in order to ascertain that the market sentiment is bearish or bullish, we need to check the S&P 500. I'm now on the monthly chart of the S&P 500, and I have many lines on my chart that I do not want to remove. Alright, so I want traders to pay attention carefully, okay? So look at this section here. From mid-2007, alright, I'm going to place a vertical line here. Mid-2007 up to 2009, between these two vertical lines, the price was, the S&P 500 was in a declining channel. This is telling us that the market sentiment from mid-2007 to the beginning of 2009 is bearish. Why? Because the S&P 500 was in a declining channel. But look carefully, my friend. Look carefully. In July 2009, you can see that the price came out of the declining channel. So here it is. The market sentiment was bearish from mid-2007 to the beginning of 2009, but that market sentiment was turning bullish in July 2009. This is the best time for an investor to start looking for financial instruments with strong fundamentals that are oversold, that he or she can buy and hold. So the best time for an investor to buy and hold a stock is when the market or the S&P 500 is turning from bearish to bullish. So S&P 500 is coming out of a bearish channel. So this is the best time for an investor to go around looking for financial instruments with strong fundamentals, strong management, big market share, innovative companies that are oversold, that he or she can buy and hold for few years. All right? So this is about how an investor buys a stock precisely. So in July 2009, smart investors will see that the S&P 500 is turning from bearish to bullish. Therefore, they will start performing fundamental analysis, performing Google Assist tests for many stocks, excellent companies that are oversold with strong fundamental because the market is turning bullish. All right, it makes sense? Here it is. So I want to show you something else. Look at the S&P 500, okay? Let's zoom into it, okay? I want to put again two vertical lines on this chart, okay? Here it is. Pay attention, all right? Here it is. In 2015, from June, June 2015, up to September 2015, the S&P 500 was bearish. Well, look at it. It was displaying lower lows and lower high, and was in this declining channel. Do you agree? It was in this declining channel on the monthly chart, okay? Was displaying lower lows and lower high. The price, the S&P 500, became bearish from June 2015 to September 2015. Is this the best time for an investor to buy and hold a stock? No. So in this case, as you can see, from July 2009, the stock market or the market sentiment was turning from bearish to bullish, investors will start buying stock and will hold those stock as long as the S&P 500 or the market sentiment is bullish. So when we say that the market sentiment is bullish, it means that the S&P 500 is in a rising channel. So you can see that the S&P 500 is in a rising channel. Here it is from July 2009 up to up to June 2015. So if one buys, at the beginning of July 2009 and hold, as long as the S&P 500 is in a rising channel, it means that the market sentiment is bullish. We can hold on to those stocks until we see a weakness in the S&P 500. So remember this, that the S&P 500 became bearish from June 2015 from June 2015 to September 2015. All right. Look what has happened to that stock that we were looking at. Okay. The stock that we are looking at is a North Star Asset Management Group Incorporation. So look what's happened from April 2015. So if you put it here from June, exactly from June 2015. But before that, this stock was also in a declining channel at the same time when the S&P 500 was also bearish. But if you look carefully, this stock was going up before. All right, you can see that it was in a rising channel before when the S&P 500 also was in a rising channel. But in June 2015 to September 2015, the S&P 500 started going down. Look what's happened to this stock also. It also went into a declining channel. So the small investors that were buying a North Star Asset Management because the S&P 500 was in a rising channel, start also to take their profit as soon as the S&P 500 start going down. All right. So to answer this question, how an investor buys a stock precisely, an investor will buy a stock when the market sentiment is turning from bearish to bullish. Then that investor will perform Google Assisted to stock that he or she wants to buy, will check, will identify or will select, stocks with strong fundamental that are oversold. So if you want to buy stock, you want the stock to become oversold, to become cheap. You want to buy low and sell high. So when the stock is oversold and you see that the market sentiment is turning from bearish to bullish, and you see stock with strong fundamentals that are oversold, you can buy and hold that stock. All right. This is about how an investor buys a stock precisely. If you have any question, put in the comment section, and in due course, I'll record another video to answer your specific question. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about how an investor buys a stock precisely. All right. The opposite is also true. If an investor wants to sell a stock precisely, he or she will sell stock with weak fundamentals that are overbought when the market sentiment is turning from bullish to bearish. We wish you the very best in your trading, and until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about how an investor buys a stock precisely. Happy trading to you all, and speak to you soon.